All right. All right. All right. Almost time for this. I've got day 4 up and ready. Probably replace this with whatever our parsing's gonna be. What are we making here? A tank? A Christmas tank? No, probably not. I haven't really been paying attention to the story. I'm I'm missing out on all the Christmas lore. Toboggan login. I guess when you're reading through these, you don't necessarily have to read a big chunk of it. There's sort of some key areas where the core of the data is at. You can kind of skip to here, look at the example, and just read a few key sentences up around the example. And then just jump into it. I guess it's kind of, what you want to do with this. I'm sure there's quite a lot of people who are just, doing this, the day after, at their leisure. Maybe they're challenging themselves with doing it in some obscure language. I think I saw somebody do some of these in Excel. There's certainly some weird stuff you can use to accomplish this. I know one of these guys on the leaderboard wrote their own programming languages just for puzzles like this. You certainly have a few people that I see, constantly on top. I think I even remember these from when I did this. 2018? I didn't do last year's. I did like one. Yeah, but the goal for today, just do it, accomplish it in a reasonable amount of time. Don't need to try for something crazy fast. Ideally, I would solve this without having to do extensive debugging. I think that's more of my goal here. I do make some pretty easy mistakes, off by one errors that I do want to avoid. So let's see. We forgot our passport. Seems that you're not only one having problems. Automatic passport scanners are slow because they're having trouble detecting which passports have all required fields. Expected fields are year, issue, height, eye color, so on. Passport data is validated in batch files. Your puzzle input. Each passport is requested as a sequence of key value pairs, separated by spaces or new lines. Here's an example. First passport is valid. All 8 fields are present. Second is invalid. It's missing the height. Let's see. Count the number of valid passports, those that have all required fields. Treat CID as optional. In your batch file, how many passports are valid? Okay. I think I've got the general idea. So we need to sort of loop through this. So let's do a do while kind of thing. Let's see. I guess we'll get all the lines. All right. Let's start with the first line. Numerable. What am I doing here? We need to sort of create a class that has all these things. Let's do that. Let's put it in here. Is that what we want? We don't need to do that. We could just create a list of dictionaries. Let's all make these strings. And then we could just verify which ones are valid by counting the number of keys in each dictionary. All right, so for each line, let's see, so if we're empty, we'll add our passport. Okay, stop being difficult. If we're empty, it means we've gotten to the next passport. We'll just add it to the current one, or to the list of passports. Otherwise, we'll add how's this? We need to split it by spaces and then split it by Right. And then alright, we split each, so we're taking each line, splitting it by a space, and then taking each of those, splitting it by the colon. What am I doing? And then we're going to add it to our current passport. Key val 0, which is our key, and key val 1, which is our value. All right. So our input should be this. All right, and then in here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8. So we need to count each passport that has 8 records. So passports equals input, and we will count each passport There we go. Okay. Count each passport that has 8 records inside. All right, what do we get for that? Index was outside the bounds of the array. So what did you get? You had a empty record, empty line. Why didn't you get caught by this guy? Oh, because I need to continue in here. And we should also reset this to a new dictionary. Yep, there's those common mistakes. 127? What do you think, Puzzle Master? It's not the right answer. Alright, so let's look at our inputs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's run this and see if we found what should we do? We have maybe, well, I don't really know. Let's see. Passport data is validated in batch files. Each passport represented a sequence of key value pairs. Now I shouldn't have duplicate key values, because if I did, I should get an error here. $127 is incorrect. Is this space at the end going to be a problem? Doesn't seem to matter. what can be wrong here? 127 is not correct. I did count this right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Best files. Each passport represented a sequence. First passport is valid. All 8 fields are present. Second passport is invalid. It's missing height. Okay, that makes sense. So we must have parsed this incorrectly somewhere. Now let's go through one and see what it looks like. So we have current passport. Let's see, key value. Oops. Oh boy. I'm using hotkeys from Keyline, or CLine, I mean. Getting my shortcuts mixed up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I got one value with 6 entries. Now, is that correct? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's right. And we added it as 7. The next one was added as 8. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which is right. Next one is 5, which is right again. Yeah, I'm not really seeing the problem here. So I have an input of 281 records. And 271 of these should have a count of 8. How about our last one, 280, height 183, is that correct? 183, so we're missing the last one. Let's add this space back in. Try again. Input, input, input. $280. So it's missing the last one. That's probably our issue here. Let's add another space here. See if we can get this to count the correct number. 128. You know what? That's probably it. Let's try that. 128 is not right. But why? Input 282. Okay, you're going super slow. So our last one has a count of 8. $20.30. That's right. Did I read this wrong? Count the number of valid passports, those that have all required fields. Oh my gosh. Let's see, count. Let's see. Count equals 8. And or count equals 7. And is that what it was called? No, CID. Okay. And that's what we get. Not reading the question. Well, I would have been had it off by 1 error in any case. Alright, we got it right. Yep. I'm sure that cost me quite a bit of time. Let's see, part 2. The line is moving more quickly now, but you overheard airport security talking about how passports with invalid data are getting through. You can continue to ignore the SID field, but each other field has strict rules about what values are valid for automatic validation. Alright, so let's start by creating a we'll create this is valid thing. So we can start parsing all these rules. So let's start with the first rule of count. I guess we'll pass in this one after. Birth year, 4 digits, at least 1920 and at most 2002. So for birth year, at least 1920 and at most 2002. We shouldn't be parsing this twice, but that's okay. 2002. What was the other one? 1920. So there's the birth year check. Issue year, 4 digits, at least 2010 and 2020. So issue year, 2010, 2020. All right, expiration year, 4 digits again. And our 4 digits need to be between 2020 and 2030. All right, height. Number followed either in centimeters or inches. If centimeters, the number must be at least 150. So we need to split this up. Height is HET. So it should have at least 3 characters. So we want to start at the length of the password, the length of the height, minus 2. Or this should be okay. So that'll tell us if it's centimeters. And here will be our height, which is the substring the other way. So we'll start at 0 and we'll go to length minus 2. That probably is incorrect. So I'll have to come back there and check that. Let's see. For centimeters, number must be at least 150 and at most 193. And height is less than or equal to 93. However, if we are in not centimeters, we should be between 59 and 76. Oh, they have some interesting height restrictions here. I guess elves probably can't get through. Let's see, hair color is a pound followed by the exact 6 characters, 0 through 9 or A through F. Okay, so give me some regex, please. So input, what was it? Hair color. So we want to have a pattern that starts with pound and then has exactly 6 characters of 0 through 9 or A through F. So 0 through 9, A through F, and exactly 6. Okay, so if We are not a match here. We are not valid. All right, next one. Eye color, exactly one of A and B, BLU. Okay, let's do another instance of let's see, ECL. We need to be one of the following. Whoops. Okay. Passport ID, 9-digit number, including leading zeros. You know what? We probably need to try to parse those guys up there. I'll just wrap this in a try block. What are we doing? Dead. Can we do this? No, of course not. Okay. And CID, ignored, missing or not. Nice. So first, we want to do something like this, but instead of count, we're gonna filter out our list. So it's only the ones that have 8 or CID. And then we're gonna count which ones are valid. We should... I should be doing try parse instead of this, but... Let me see, what did I want to check? Oh, this. I want to make sure that this parsing here is... Okay, hold on. I want to check this. Okay, 150, true. What does height look like? 150 in centimeters. So, okay, I got this right. So this one is valid. Let's take a look at it real quick. So down here we have year 2024, PID, hair color, yeah, looks valid. So 158, Are you correct? In your batch file, how many are valid? What did I say? 158. Hey, look at that. First time correct. It's about time I get one of those. Yeah, we're running pretty slow, so there's probably some ways to speed this up. Probably the way that we're parsing these things. We may want to do this beforehand. We can do... that's fine. How are we doing? Private leaderboard. No, that's not right. Personal stats. Ooh, I keep dropping down the ranks, but I did better on number 2 than normal. So this is the best one I got for 2, but it looks like a lot more people figured out the first part a lot faster. Why is that? What happened for the first one? Oh, right. I had that CID thing where I completely didn't even read it correctly. I guess 3,000 people can read a lot better than I can. But 30 minutes. We're continuing to increase time as we go along. But we got a pretty good score for the second part. Not bad. Not bad at all. Alright, that is it for... What are we at? Day 4. Only 20 more to go. How many are there in these? 20, 24, 25? Alright. That is it.